More than 1,000,000 years earlier, we had saved another group of people from the hands of other dangerous priests, if you recall, and, interestingly, it was in practically the same location. Do you see how history is just a perpetual recommencement? Moses led the Hebrews from Egypt much as it is described in the Bible, but, before proceeding, I must rectify certain errors, since we know that many people on earth are greatly interested in this famous exodus. First of all, the pharaoh at the time was Ramses II, who was successor to Seti. Next, the Hebrews numbered 375,000, and, when they arrived at the Sea of Reeds, and not the Red Sea, our spaceships, numbering 3, opened the waters, which were quite shallow, by means of our force field. We allowed the waters to close again, but not a single Egyptian soldier drowned simply because they hadn't followed the Hebrews into the water. The pharaoh, in spite of enormous pressure from the priests, did not retract his promise and let the Hebrews leave. The manna, distributed every day, came from our spacecraft. I must explain to you that manna is not only very nourishing, as you know, but also very compactable, which is why many spaceships carry it on board. However, if you leave manna too long exposed to the air, it becomes soft and rots within 18 hours. That's why we recommended that the Hebrews take only as much as they needed for each day, and those who took more soon saw they had made a mistake and that they should have followed the advice of the Lord God, who was actually us. The Hebrews did not take 40 years to reach Canaan, but only 3.5 years. Lastly, the story of Mount Sinai is almost true. We landed on the mountain so as not to be seen by the people. It was preferable at the time for these simple people to believe in a God rather than in extraterrestrials who watched over them and helped them. So that is the explanation of the Hebrew people, Michel, but it isn't finished. In our eyes, these were the only people who followed the right direction, that is, the direction of spirituality. Among them, and later, among their great priests, there were some who rumored that a Messiah was going to come and save them. They should not have told the people that, for they were reporting a part of the conversation we had with Moses on Mount Sinai. Since then, the Hebrews have been waiting for the arrival of the Messiah, and yet, he has already come. Let's now jump in time. The Hebrews, back again in the land they had originally settled, were now better organized. They established a civilization notable for great royal legislators such as Solomon and David, to name but two.